beautiful wife, Gabriella, she's the brains behind the operation, the chance to speak. Thank you, Eric and Sandra, for believing in us. Thank you for all the lineage, Rob and Tiffany Day, Greg and Tina Cap, Jeff and Cam Levitan, and the Most High for giving me a chance to be born on planet Earth to deliver a message. I pray that the message that I speaks to your heart and you make some changes. Do we all some decisions that we're making right now? Absolutely. Do me a favor. Stay pumped up, fired up, super excited. We're all in one company, we're all in alignment, we're all going to leave this convention going in the same direction. How y'all doing? That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna keep you on your toes. I'm gonna keep saying that. When I came to this company, guys, I was 24 years old. My first BPM was just like the president, Mr. Dempsey, in San Jose, California. But prior to that, I was a mechanic. And I came up with a great family, a family that loved me, parents that loved me. I had a great upbringing, but kind of grew up on the wrong side of the track, so they say, and I was around a lot of people, and I kind of ended up going to the street life and surrounded by a lot of people that you would think are the bottom of society, but a lot of them were not like that when they started. And I always knew inside I had a goal and a purpose to go do something special with my life. All of you have a goal and a purpose to do something special with your life. You're put here for a reason. I hope you guys realize that. You got to find out what your reason is, but I found out mine was WFG, to build leaders. It wasn't financial planning. And as I went through the corporate system, I was told like everybody else, go to school, get good grades, get a good job. Anybody ever heard that before? And then you look for a job and you can't find a good job because they pay the position, not the person. It doesn't matter how gifted you are, it doesn't matter how talented you are. If they sentence you to a $50,000 a year salary, it doesn't matter who you are, that's all you're gonna make, that's all you're gonna be worth. And now I gotta take all of my dreams and goals and I gotta shrink those dreams and goals down to fit my income. And living in the Silicon Valley, that's very hard to do. I was one of the crazy ones. When I came to WFG, they said, you know what, you can grow your income to fit your goals. You don't have to sacrifice your goals for anybody. Whatever your dreams and aspirations were, you can keep them on your heart and you can go chase that and use WFG as a platform. All of you can do that. All of you can do that. I came here and I thought, I didn't even know what they said. Eric, I bumped into Eric. I was at a rock bottom point in my life. I remember my very first job, on a Saturday. You think about this. They told me, Mr. Johnson's got his car here. I was an automotive mechanic. And Mrs. Jones, she's got to go somewhere. She has about an hour. Can you get her car in and out of the shop? Get Mr. Johnson in the shop and get twice of them out in the same time you would normally do one car. And I'm on an hourly wage. You get what I'm saying? So when you think about it, the salesperson, how do they get paid? On commission. So if I get 2 cars out in the same time I normally do one, this gentleman doubles his commission. How does the owner get paid? Profits. If I get 2 cars in at the same time I normally do one, they double their profits. Isn't it funny how the one doing all the work with the back brace on, the protective goggles, the gloves, I'm the one that gets paid the least amount of money and I spend my whole life making other people wealthy? That's got to change. You got to stop to think about that and start to realize there's a bigger purpose in your life. I was not meant to sit there and wrench on cars and get dirt under my fingernails, because if I thought that was my lot in life, just to sell my soul so I can pay my bills, I never would have made an impact like some of the impacts you say that I've made in some of your lives, and I appreciate that because it gives me purpose to keep on going. What about you? Did God birth you to work in a cubicle? You've been staring at a computer your whole life, you got glasses on, your job stole your eyesight from you. Is it that worth it? Some of our parents got carpal tunnel because they've been on these keyboards their whole life. Your job stole your joints, your joint health from you. Some of us, we got bad backs because we're truck drivers or we sit in the chair all day. Is it that worth it? Are we selling our soul just for a paycheck when there's a bigger calling in your life to go do something special? We got to stop that. We got to wake up. We got to get out of the distraction in our life. How y'all doing? That's what I'm talking about. See, I'm not against jobs. I believe a job is a short-term solution to a long-term problem. I believe a job is like a financial pharmaceutical. We're in an age now where we believe the reason that we're healthy is because we're not taking a pill, but ultimately you just became a residual income for the rest of your life for somebody else. See, Albert Einstein says that a problem cannot be solved at the same level of consciousness in which it occurs. So I gotta quote myself. A financial problem cannot be resolved at the same job in which created it. It's the lack of income that's created the job, and then we go get another one, then we go get another one, then we go get another one. And then think about this. We spend our whole life being a residual income to somebody else. Our precious parents that came here, they spent their whole life working for somebody else, building another man's company, another woman's company, putting another child through private school. Somebody else's family lives in a nice houses, drives a nice car, safe gated communities, and we live at the bottom of the hill. We get the short end of the stick. We're second-class citizens. Isn't it funny? We go to work, we trade time for money, and we're on a W-2. That's how we're taught. Go to work, go get good grades, get good grades, go get a good job, and then we're on a W-2. How does it work on a W-2? The government intercepts your money and takes your money before you even see it. You spend your whole life paying taxes, and we wonder where the money goes. And then what do you do when you leave there? You got to fill up your gas tank, unless you drive a Tesla, I guess, right? But you got to go fill up your gas tank. And what do you got to pay when you fill up the gas tank? You got to pay gas taxes. And then you go to the grocery store because you got to get some groceries before you go home because you got to get the dinner ready. And then what do you pay at the grocery store? You got to pay sales taxes. And then when you go home, you got to pay your property taxes, and there's nothing left at the end. And then our precious families, our precious parents, all the beautiful people of North America, they spend their whole life working, and what do they have to show for at the end when they pass away? They got their pockets inside out, and all they got to show for is a medicine cabinet full of pharmaceuticals. That's all they got to show for when they pass away. My parents went through that. That's got to piss you off. That's got to make you make a decision. You're going to make some changes when you got to go back. You got to go fire a boss or two when you go back. They ain't going to fire you anymore. You're going to be in control of your destiny. You're going to be in the driver's seat. You're going where you want to go. You're going to take the family where they deserve to go. How y'all doing? See, a job pays the position, not the person. WFG pays the person, not the position. Right now, if you got a job, when you go home on Monday, you know what they're all thinking about? They're all conspiring ways to get you to work harder and pay you less. That's what they're all thinking about right now. They're trying to replace us with a robot if they can, because robots don't need coffee breaks, robots don't need maternity leave, robots don't need benefits. If they can replace you with a robot, they will do so. There is no loyalty anymore. There's loyalty here. See, in the corporate system, they're trying to work us harder and pay us less, but WFG's trying to work us less and pay us more. And we're loyal. We spend 40 hours a week to a company that has no long-term plan for us, and then like Cameron said, some people skip BPMs here. How many of y'all got a daughter? See, what if your daughter was going to go date a man, and there was one man that was going to open up the door for her, take care of her, treat her like the queen that she is, and then there was another man who was going to treat her bad and tell her what she's not and tell her how bad she is. And then she keeps going to the wrong man. How would you feel as a father? Well, that's what we see when they keep going back. They keep telling you what's wrong every single day when you go to your job. You got a leader in WFG that'll make calls for you. They'll recruit people for you. They'll put people on your team. They'll build your business for you. Yet we're more loyal to this other person than we are to our own leaders here in WFG. We get paid based on your success, not based on our success. This is a fabulous company to be a part of. There's two ways to live. There's two ways to live. You can get paid to exist, or you can pay just to exist. WFG's a company of overrides. Man, Mr. Thawley and Cindy Thawley, they wake up, they get paid just to exist on planet Earth. When we had our babies, little Elijah, little Elena, their social security card comes in, don't it, when they have their baby? All of a sudden, they're a number. They got the mark of the beast already, right? They got the little number. And just to occupy this little frame, they got to pay just to occupy a place on planet Earth. Ain't that something? I'm not going to live my life like that. I will make calls until I cough up blood. I will knock on doors if I have to until my knuckles bleed, so my kids don't become a statistic and have to pay just to exist on planet Earth. Let's change our life here and live off overrides, not off salary, not off hourly, not off all the stuff we've been taught. Live off overrides here. How y'all doing? Some of us got a mom that still works. How many of y'all were raised by a single mother? Hey, we got to go take care of these single mothers, one of the most powerful entities on planet Earth. Isn't it crazy that one woman can take care of 2 or 3 children, but now 2 or 3 children can't take care of one mother? This is the place to do that, guys. This is the place to do that. Some of us got dads that still work. Some of us got a spouse that still works. You can retire your spouse. You can get him or her in business with you. You guys can live the dream together. This is the place to do that. I hope you feel something inside. I want to let you know when you go out there in the outside world, they don't know what you've been going through. They don't feel what you've been feeling. So they don't understand what you understand now. And I would invite people to the BPM and nobody would show up. Anybody with me? It's like nobody shows up to this darn BPM. They all say they're coming, but nobody shows up. And then I look up and I still got a team though. How did that happen? And then I set up appointments and then everybody reschedules. And then you finally get somebody to show up and now they want to think about it. And then finally you get somebody to join and the next day it's like they got abducted by aliens. You can't find them anymore. I'm like, man, Rob Day told me a long time ago when he didn't know he was speaking to me. He said success feels like failure as you're going through it. Every step of the way of WFG, it feels like you're failing. I felt like everybody quit on me, but then I look up and I got a team. You got to be grateful for the blessings that you got in your life. You got to look at the light at the end of the tunnel. WFG gives you hope. And I kept on going and I kept on going. I'm stubborn, right? I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to go back and surrender myself to a JOB. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to give everybody that told me it's never going to work, all the naysayers, they said it was a pyramid, they said I'm not going to give any of them a chance to be right. I'm going to prove everybody wrong. And next thing you know, I'm on stage speaking. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? My bills, right? So I set up some kitchen table appointments and the kitchen table appointments rescheduled. And then I finally go across the kitchen table, I close the sale, and then right when you get back to the office, you got a voicemail on your phone and you listen to the voicemail and what's it say? We've been thinking. Now I can't turn the sale in anymore, and I just told my wife I got an app. We got some money coming in. But it doesn't work like that, but success feels like failure every step. I got a couple of moments as I finish up my talk. How y'all doing out there? Hey, the 10, I don't know if I can get through all 10. The most ignorant things I've heard as I've recruited people in the WFG. Now look, I had a whole head of hair when I joined this company. You understand what I'm saying? Number one, when you make money, then I'll join. Doesn't that sound like a follower to you? Leaders initiate, followers emulate. I didn't tell Eric, go make everybody a client first and then I'll join. How stupid is that? I said, let's get it on the ground floor. We go all make people clients and we make all the money and they all come under us. Makes sense to me. Number two, I literally heard this. If I make more money, then I got to pay more in taxes. Absolutely. Because that means you get to keep more too. That makes no sense to me. And then my hair starts falling out. I heard somebody say, you ever hear, I need a paycheck right now. I can't live off commission. I need a paycheck right now. You hear anybody say that before? The same people that told me that 15 years later still say the exact same thing. I need a paycheck right now. They don't get it yet. When I came out of this convention, everybody thought I was crazy, but you know what? The revolution won't be televised, my friend. The revolution starts in your mind. The revolution starts in the vision you see happening in your life. It won't be televised, but one day it will be televised for everybody to see the stuff that was planted into your head. I heard somebody say, man, you know what? People that get laid off, you know what? I can't do WFG. I need a safe, secure paycheck. And they've been laid off. And another patch of hair falls out. I just don't get it. But I keep on going, I keep on going, I keep on going, right? Somebody says I have no time. And I just showed them a way to live off override and get their time back. Somebody says I don't have any money. Isn't that more? Isn't the reason everybody says they can't do it is absolutely the reason why they should do it. When they say they don't have any time or they don't have any money, I turn the flip chart back to page 1 and I start all over again. We are Trans-American, we're a financial group, and I go through the whole presentation again. I just feel like jumping across. How y'all doing out there? As if Nationwide, Trans-America, Aegon, all these companies did not do their due diligence. Where are you going to do your research, Mr. So-and-so? I was just going to go Google a couple of things around. You can Google and you'll find negative stuff about Google. People say money isn't important. What planet are they living in? Right when you wake up in the morning, you got to turn on the light, that's the light bill. You go use the bathroom, you flush the toilet, that's the water bill. You brush your teeth, that's toothpaste. Everything costs money around here. Somebody says I have a good job. That's like saying, man, my master only beats me twice a week. Man, I got a good master. they say, I don't know anything about finance. Isn't that more of a reason why you should join our company? Don't let anybody steal your dream, people. The revolution will not be televised. When you go home, you show them what you're going to become. You don't even need to talk about it. You go do it and you go be about it. Is that a deal? Let me give this to you. That's my time. I appreciate the energy you've given me.